You set Brooke up. Shot me, left me to die, killed your own son. There's a special place in hell for you, and that's exactly where you're going. After you spend your miserable life behind bars, you tormented my family for far too long. Your reign of terror is over. It ends today.
So that was our cliffhanger for today. Today was good, but I don't know. Did anybody else expect a little bit more drama after what we saw throughout the whole entire week? Maybe Steffy's words at the end right there are setting us up for on Monday for Lieutenant Baker and the cops to run in. I'm still waiting for Lieutenant Baker and the cops to run in and get Sheila. I'm holding on to faith that they did not call her down there without having backup. So that's what I'm waiting to see, and that's the drama I expected to see for a Friday cliffhanger. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another bold and a beautiful review. This week has been a roller coaster. Please take a minute to like the video. Thank you for hanging in there with me all week. Let's continue to talk about it. Let's get into this review.
That's when I think you can't sink any lower.
You're blaming Steffy for Finn's death. You killed him. You just admitted it.
I may have pulled the trigger that horrible night, but Finn's blood is on your hands, Steffy, so why don't you come down off of that high horse of yours? He'd still be alive today if it weren't for you.
Oh my goodness. Can y'all believe that Sheila is still not taking responsibility for this? And look at the smirk on her face. Now, Sheila, let's not forget, you are a whole nurse and you sat there and watched your son bleed out because you were worried about what was going to happen to you. No. You need to take responsibility for this. But I will say I'm glad that Taylor finally let her have it.
Your own son. You lied to everyone and you played me for a fool. No, I didn't. Poor misunderstood Sheila. The bereaved mother, the loving grandmother who just wanted a place in Hayes' life, knowing that you're responsible. You are responsible for that little boy being fatherless, for my daughter being on death's door. My God, Sheila, how do you even look at yourself?
I was cheering Taylor on in this scene. I was like, yes, Taylor, finally. She called Sheila out for showing up at the hospital with her fake grief. She said, you're the bee that you always were. And then as you can see, finally, she sees that Sheila was playing her for a fool the whole time. So then once Sheila sees that Taylor is no longer with her, once again, what does she do? She flips it. She says, I did all of this for you. You don't know what I did for you on New Year's Eve. Then she starts to reveal the champagne switch story.
You chose to defend Brooke over me, the woman that wrecked your family. Why do you keep bringing up Brooke? Tell them about New Year's Eve. What I put on the line for Taylor and Ridge.
Wait, what?
So she goes on to admit what she did. And the way she said it, you would think that she believes that Taylor and Ridge should be thanking her. She keeps talking about Brooke ruining their family, not mentioning the fact that she shot Taylor all those years ago, which set off a whole nother chain of events. And while she was telling the story, she threw Thomas under the bus. At first, Taylor didn't believe that Thomas would have kept that from her, but Steffy remembers at that time and lets her know that, yes, Thomas did know, and she overheard Thomas talking to Sheila, and that's how she found out. Meanwhile, Deacon, Brooke, and Hope are back at her house talking about Taylor allowing Sheila to come over and see Hayes. Brooke doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe that Ridge will let Sheila into their lives. Deacon is still laying it on thick about he doesn't like how Ridge is treating Brooke, and she reminds him that this all started because of what they did on New Year's Eve.
I know, and I'm sorry.
I'm not blaming you. It was my fault. I still don't know what it was that possessed me to drink.
You took her non-alcoholic champagne and exchanged it for the real thing? Is that
I
it?
switched the labels. She didn't have a clue.
Did anybody notice how Sheila was outright proud of herself for that? She was like, yeah, I switched the labels. Like, she was literally proud of what she did with that. And that infuriated Ridge more and actually made him defend Brooke more. He went back to saying how Brooke has been trying to figure out what possessed her to drink. And come to find out, it was actually Sheila the whole time.
It's always been you. You don't deserve to live. You don't. No one can forgive you ever. What you did to Brooke, Steffy Hayes, Finn. They just need to lock you up. And I promise you, every chance I get, I will make you suffer.
So those were our main plot lines for today. It was mainly about Steffy, Taylor, and Ridge letting Sheila have it. So now we're at the Cliff House. Who knows what happens next week? We are still in May sweeps. So I don't think it's going to be a simple, the cops rush in and get Sheila. I do believe there's going to be more twists and turns. I guess we're going to have to wait until Monday to find out. I will say though, even though this storyline has been frustrating in parts, the way the writing flows is actually really good. The way this ties in back to New Year's Eve, to the champagne switch, Sheila shooting Finn and Steffy, to Steffy's memory loss, now to everything coming out, and then we bring it back to the champagne switch. So it's definitely interesting how they tied that all together. What do you guys think? Do you think they could have tied it together in a different way? Do you think it would have been interesting for them to have the storyline play out where Sheila tried to get Steffy hooked back on drugs and see how that worked out? Let me know your thoughts. But thank you for watching, guys. Like I said, this week has been full of twists and turns. I appreciate all your comments and for tuning in. Please like the video, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Please like the video, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch